We've been hearing a lot of talk in recent weeks about possible American plans to bomb Iran in retaliation for Iran arming Iraqi insurgents. Our military analyst Jack Jacobs has just returned from an exclusive briefing with U.S. military officials who tell him that if the U.S. does bomb Iran, the targets have been isolated. So, Jack, tell us a little more about what you learned today. What are the potential targets?
Well, in the Sy Hersh article, he talked at great length about rattling sabers, really. He talked about great length about bombing Revolutionary Guards, and that targets were in Tehran and so on. And that the objective was to shift attention away from the war and onto Iran as the bad guy so that we could look like the victim. The fact of the matter is that we are very much concerned about two types of weapons that are being brought into Iraq by Iran. That's 240 millimeter mortars and the very deadly explosively formed penetrators which destroy our armored vehicles and up-armored Humvees. These are made in Iran, and I have a high degree of confidence we know where they're made, which factories they're made, and if we're going to attack Iran at all, that's what we're going to go after.
Jack, you mentioned this Sy Hersh article. This, of course, is the article appearing in the New Yorker magazine that's really kind of brought this into the headlines in the last 24 hours again. In the article, it was suggested that there's been a change of strategy in Iran, or that the U.S. military and that U.S. officials are looking at a possible change in strategy. Was that article, or at least that topic, specifically addressed when you spoke with officials today?
No, not about the tenor of the article or about a change in strategy. In fact, the strategy has not changed at all, but I'll tell you, there's a great deal of focus on these two weapons, particularly the improvised explosive devices, the sophisticated ones that are being manufactured by Iran, are extremely deadly, and the large majority of our casualties are the result of these. And now, in retrospect, having heard what I heard, it is not surprising that we're focusing our attention specifically on that tactical aspect of what's going on in Iraq. I think we're focusing a lot of attention on it, and we're liable to wind up seeing some action there one of these days soon.
And, well, when you say soon, how soon? What kind of timetable are we thinking?
If it were up to me, I'd do it right away. Don't forget, Ahmadinejad had just come back from the United States. And by the way, his performance inside the United States was not all that well received inside Iran. Bombing people usually brings them together, but if we're very, very specific, if we have the capability to put precision-guided munitions on, let's say, a couple of factories that were manufacturing these two deadly devices, and we wanted to get them off the battlefield for a while, I'd launch the strike right away.
All right, Jack Jacobs, thanks a lot.
You bet.